We know a lot of you spent the weekend cleaning out your flooded homes. Now you're having to look for contractors, but be warned, even though there are honest, hardworking people out there, you need to be cautious about the ones who only want to rip you off. Here are 3 warning signs to look out for. First, contractors who want the full payment up front. Down payments are common, but you should never pay the full balance until the work is done. Second, out-of-state contractors. There are plenty of storm chasers who travel the country looking for easy targets to take money from, then skip town before the work is done. Always double-check their record with the Better Business Bureau or stick with local contractors. And third, think twice about working with anyone who is not willing to enter a contract agreement. Always put the type of work that is expected to be done and the agreed payment amount in writing to protect yourself if they don't stick to it. And now, 3 quick tips before hiring anyone. Verify they have the proper licensing and insurance. Ask for references and take photos of them, their driver's license, their work vehicles, and license plates. That way, if you do get scammed and want to press charges, they'll be easy to identify.
All good information.